There's something humbling about watching an Amish woman whip up a full meal in a kitchen without a single modern appliance. No blender, no microwave, no pre-packaged shortcuts. And yet, everything smells richer, tastes better, and lasts longer. How do they do it? Today we're uncovering the genius behind Amish cooking. Not just recipes, but the methods, the habits, the quiet wisdom passed down through generations. These hacks might seem old-fashioned, until you try them. Then you'll wish you knew them sooner. Always start with simplicity. The Amish don't chase complexity. Their best meals start with 5 or fewer ingredients. A hearty stew made from potatoes, onions, carrots, and meat. A loaf of bread using only flour, yeast, water, and salt. When ingredients are fresh, you don't need a long list. The hack? Let the ingredients speak. Simpler food is easier to cook, easier to digest, and easier to enjoy, especially in busy modern kitchens. Most Amish kitchens rely on just a few trusted tools. The cast iron skillet is at the heart of it. Not only does it distribute heat evenly, but it can go from stovetop to oven to open fire without complaint. The trick is to season it regularly with lard or animal fat, not oil. Properly cared for, a cast iron skillet never dies. It just gets better with time. Butter is a treat, oil is used sparingly, but lard, that's the gold standard. You know, most of us were taught to avoid lard, but the Amish know. When it's from a healthy animal, it's honestly one of the most reliable fats you can cook with. Alright, so milk everything, literally. Amish dairy doesn't go to waste. If you churn butter, the leftover buttermilk, well, that becomes the base for pancakes. Sour milk is turned into cottage cheese, and excess cream, it becomes whipped cream or ice cream. The hack here is rotation, using every dairy product in the order it sours. Nothing is thrown out, everything has a second life. Cooking in batches, it's not just for meal prep. Amish families often cook huge portions, but honestly, it's not for the reason you might think. It's not just to feed a big table. It's really to make tomorrow a little bit easier. If you're baking bread, bake 6 loaves. If you're making stew, go ahead and fill the pot. Whatever's left gets preserved, canned, cooled, or maybe baked into something else tomorrow. That's time saved and food extended. Homemade seasoning mixes. The Amish rarely buy spice blends. Instead, they mix their own from home-dried herbs. Basil, parsley, oregano, garlic powder, onion flakes, grown and dried at home. Want to save money and skip MSG? Make your own blend. Store in mason jars. If there's any leftover soup, beans, applesauce, anything that fits in a jar, the Amish preserve it. A quick water bath seals the jar and adds months of shelf life. If there's any leftover soup, beans, applesauce, anything that fits in a jar, the Amish preserve it. A quick water bath seals the jar and adds months of shelf life. Even leftovers become long-term food reserves. Imagine your fridge going down for a week. The Amish wouldn't blink, because most of their food doesn't need refrigeration. Broomstick noodles. Pasta machines? Not here. Amish cooks use a rolling pin and a broomstick handle. The dough is rolled flat, then wrapped around the broomstick to slice into thin, even noodles. Dried for a few hours, they store for months. To keep the house cool, some Amish families use an outdoor summer kitchen, usually a shed or a covered cooking area. Cast iron stoves are placed outside so the main house stays cool during food prep. Bonus, it keeps smoke, mess, and bugs away from the house. It's the original outdoor kitchen. Worried about flour going bad? Well, the Amish store it in airtight buckets with bay leaves to deter insects. Some even freeze flour in small batches to kill larvae before dry storage. And for a modern solution, you could try vacuum sealing your flour in mylar bags with oxygen absorbers. That's a trick now used by preppers, but honestly, it's rooted in Amish wisdom. Reuse every jar, lid, and bag. Amish kitchens just don't waste containers. Pickle jars become dry bean jars, coffee tins store rice, and even cloth feed sacks are cleaned and sewn into food storage bags. If bacon's on the menu, so is a second meal. Amish cooks save every drop of bacon grease. It's reused for frying potatoes, making gravy, or baking savory breads. It adds flavor, and it stretches the value of every ingredient. Before fridges, food stayed fresh underground or near water. The Amish still use this hack. Root cellars maintain a cool, stable temperature for storing eggs, butter, potatoes, onions, even milk. If you're homesteading or living off-grid, this is honestly the single best system to start with. 14. Bake early, bake often. Ovens run early in the morning, not during the peak heat of the day. Bread, pies, cookies, and casseroles are all prepped before the sun even rises. 15. Emotional wisdom. Cook with gratitude. Here's a hack the world kind of overlooks. Mindset. Amish cooking isn't just about survival, it's worship. Every meal is made with care, shared in silence, and eaten with thanks. That energy, calm, present, grateful, it really does change the taste of food. Try it, you'll feel the difference. These cooking hacks weren't born in labs or on social media. They come from a life that respects land, time, and people. If just one of these tips makes your kitchen a little calmer, your meals a little tastier, then you've already stepped into Amish wisdom. So, which one will you try first?